10 anime series of all time you won't want to miss. Anime series have been around for decades, and now, with the help of streaming services like Crunchyroll, you can watch them online and get caught up on some of your favorite series or discover something new. Here's our list of the top 10 anime series of all time that you won't want to miss. These are in no particular order and are part of an ongoing series of lists we will be producing in the future based off different interests and topics. 1. Death Note. Death Note is a series about a high school student who finds a death note dropped by an unknown person. The death note grants its user the ability to kill anyone whose name and face they know, simply by writing their name in the note while picturing their face. It also causes the note's victim to die of a heart attack. L and Mizamane are two of his opponents he comes into contact with during the series. Eventually, Light realizes that this power is more than just a tool. It could give him everything he has ever desired as part of his plan to rid the world of evil. However, Light loses all faith in this goal after Nier corners him and forces him to watch recordings showing how many people died because of his actions. While on the run from law enforcement, Light meets Ryuk and kills himself at his request. In the end, Kira, who was assumed to be Light, dies with no one knowing for sure whether or not Kira actually existed. 2. Naruto. Naruto is a series that centers on a young ninja, Naruto Uzumaki, who dreams of becoming the Hokage, the ninja in his village who is acknowledged as the leader and the strongest of all. The story follows Naruto and his friends on their quest to become powerful enough to one day face off against their ultimate enemy, Sasuke. Along the way they encounter many challenges and adversaries, including Orochimaru, one of the legendary three ninjas known as Sannin. Throughout it all, Naruto remains positive, making friends and overcoming adversity. In addition to the main storyline, there are also many side stories called arc which provide further entertainment. 3. Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is a Japanese anime series based on the manga of the same name. The story centers around a world where humanity lives in cities surrounded by walls to protect themselves against titans, gigantic humanoid creatures who eat humans. The story follows Eren Yeager and his friends as they attempt to fight back against the titans after his mother's death at their hands. A second season was released September 2017 with a third season scheduled for April 2018. It has been praised for its animation style and art design. If you love intense action sequences, then this is the show for you. 4. Fullmetal Alchemist. This series is a fantasy series that follows Edward and Alphonse Elric, two brothers who live in a country called Amestris. Their mother died when they were young, and their father left them to study alchemy. When their father does not return, the boys try to use alchemy to bring back their mother. Unfortunately, something goes wrong and Ed loses an arm and Al loses his entire body. Ed then sacrifices his leg so Al can have a new one of flesh. They then decide to search for the Philosopher's Stone. The manga was later adapted into an anime series that ran from 2003 to 2004 with 64 episodes. The anime adaptation also spawned a film trilogy starting with Fullmetal Alchemist, Conqueror of Shambhala, and ending with Fullmetal Alchemist, The Sacred Star of Milos. Filled with action and drama, this series will make you laugh while simultaneously breaking your heart. If you haven't seen it yet, I would highly recommend checking it out because it might be your next favorite anime. 5. One Piece. One Piece is a Japanese manga series created by Eiichiro Oda, who has written and drawn the story since 1997. One Piece follows the adventures of Monkey D. Luffy, a boy who is set on becoming king of the pirates, despite being born into an impoverished pirate family and lacking any obvious skills. Initially, the protagonist only wants to find the treasure called One Piece to become rich and live his dream, but in a world filled with pirates, there are many other ways for those to make their fortune or get power. The story goes through different arcs where it starts off as mostly one type of genre that changes as it gets closer to the current timeline. 6. Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is one of the most famous anime series in the world. The show ran from 1989 to 1996, but has been airing on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim programming block since 2008. It follows Goku, who sets out on a journey to collect all 7 Dragon Balls and save his people from destruction. Along the way he meets friends and foes alike and trains hard to become Earth's greatest warrior. 7. Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is a 26-episode series that was originally aired on TV in 1998 and 1999. It is set in the year 2071 and tells the story of the crew of a spaceship named Bebop and their adventures across the solar system. It's not only for kids. The anime has been ranked as one of the best ever made, with some calling it one of the most famous Japanese TV shows ever broadcasted. It had a mature style which included lots of violence and profanity. There are several memorable characters such as Spike Spiegel, Jet Black and Faye Valentine. One thing you should know is that there are two different versions to this show, the English dubbed version and the original Japanese version without subtitles. Either way, this anime will be sure to satisfy your craving for adventure. 8. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Neon Genesis Evangelion is a Japanese anime series that is often considered to be one of the most influential animated television shows ever made. It aired from October 1995 to March 1996 in Japan, and for the next 2 years in North America. The show was directed by Hideki Anno and co-produced by Gainax and Tatsunoko Production. The story revolves around 14-year-old Shinji Ikari and his role as an Evangelion pilot, with characters such as Rei Ayanami, Asuka Langley Saryu and Misato Katsuragi. There are 26 episodes in the original broadcast, including the recap episode which gives background information on what had occurred before the first episode. In 1997, New Type magazine ranked the show at number 5 in its list of top 100 anime productions. In 2006, TV Asahi released a list ranking EVA at number 6 on its list of 100 greatest animations of all time. 9. Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo is one of the best anime series ever created. This show has some of the best action scenes, soundtrack and storylines in anime history. The show also does a good job at using its comedic moments to lighten up the mood during intense battles. The only downside to this series is that it's short with just 26 episodes, but what it lacks in episode length, it makes up for in quality. Watch this show if you love animes like One Piece, Naruto or Bleach because you'll love this too. 10. Wolf's Rain. Wolf's Rain is a compelling anime series that follows 4 wolves, Kiba, Tsume, Hige, and Tobo. These wolves are on the run from a world where humans have killed all other wolves and are now struggling to survive in this world of dwindling resources. Kiba is a lone wolf who has refused to join the pack. Tsume is an expert fighter who will do anything to protect his family. Hige is an overly aggressive wolf whose bite may be worse than his bark. And lastly, Tobo is a kind-hearted wolf with a cheery personality who just wants everyone to get along and not fight anymore. If you're looking for an anime series that's full of adventure and emotion, then you won't want to miss out on Wolf's Rain. It was the top 10 anime series of all time on our list. This is not a final list, but one that we think will be a good place to start for people who are new to anime or people who want to branch out and watch something different from what they've seen before. If you liked this video, please don't forget to share it with your friends and subscribe for more cool content. Smash the thumbs up button and comment the first thing that comes to mind. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.